So let's do a thing here. I'm gonna do a walk, substantial one, maybe about 6 kilometers or so, rather substantial. Kind of a walking tour of Rawai. I'll pause from time to time, and it's better than the motorbike because that just speeds right on through. I can stop and say, hey, this restaurant, this, and stuff like that. Let's go in a minute. All right. So in order to get, I'm just getting situated here. Okay, getting situated here, and I've got my All Trails app doing a recording for accurate distance. I'm not gonna do long shots here, just a few here and there. Go. It's starting out at 9:45, so hot, but not crazy hot. The weather has changed. It's been the weirdest year. Some people who can remember the weather back 50 years, so they've never seen anything like it. The rainy season just went on and on. It looked like it was going to stop, and then we got more of it. All right, later. Guess I should give a little shout out to Steve and Sashen. Xero shoes. I haven't really worn these in 3 years. I bought them right before I came to Thailand, but I wear flip-flops all the time, and I go barefoot all the time. But this one I thought, I'm gonna throw these on. They're minimalist soles, sandals with straps. That's pretty good things. I had a previous pair, and I hiked a lot of mountain trail on them. They're good. And yep. So this place isn't open, but I just noticed it. It must be new. It's Captain Taco, and has this kind of the standard fare there, you know, Americanized tacos, not really El Pastor or something like that. And then right out here is a place, an old favorite, Stone Crab. Now it's new management. It used to be, guy lost his lease, so he was forced out when his lease was up, and the owner of the property has taken it over, same name, but it's not what it used to be. But back here, a place called Shark Bites, which has just a very, very cool swimming pool, very deep. They do scuba training in here. You can see 100 baht to swim all day, and then they have bar and food, and they have these available for rent, these kiosk kind of things, except nobody's rented them yet. But here's the pool. It's really good, and on that end there, it's got to be 4 meters deep. I've never touched the bottom yet, even though I've jumped off the platform, the higher one, many times. Never touched the bottom. And they do like scuba training down there. Nice pool, very nice pool. Oh, I see they enclosed these with glass now. They weren't enclosed before. They're doing, oh, okay, so they have a little clinic there. I guess that's why they've done that, new. Typically they were going to be food kiosks. All right, onward. And back here is a cool place, tropical island, tropical sands. He has the he's Australian, he has the places to rent, rooms above, and he has the bar below. And And I like to go there sometimes because he's got the closest thing. Aussie pies and fish and chips, hot dogs. He's got the closest thing to a ballpark dog in terms of flavor that I've had here in Hawaii. Really good. And it's like, he's got two sizes, a standard one and a jumbo one. It's like 100 baht for the standard, 120 for the jumbo dog. Home steak. It's been recommended to me, but I looked at the menu and it's like, I just hardly go get beef steaks because it's not quite the price of a steakhouse in the US. It's typically imported Australian Angus. It's good beef, but it's why the pork is so awesome here. And you get pork tenderloin. For me, it rivals a beef tenderloin. It really does. It's juicy and moist and so tender you can cut it with a fork. The pork in Thailand is amazing. I've never been here. It's where a lot of the woke virtue signalers hang out. This and a few other places. I've gone to some of them, but I steer clear of them. The hubris and just like, give me just a regular, old Phueng place and significant French folks here. So I have two French neighbors. They're tourists, but tourists who come here a lot. So, every year, a few months. So it's different from just the tourist kind of folks. So I get a chance to speak French every day, really. Now we're coming up here to a little bar district, and what's different about Rawai is sleepy a bit, because if you're in Pattaya or Bangkok, these places are going to be open. There's at least going to be a few girls hanging out for chat or play pool or buy drinks for. This is about a year old now. But yeah, complete. Even if I go up to Patong Beach, by this time, 10 o'clock in the morning, there's my friend Jeff, American. Cool guy. He lives just a few doors down from me. I've known him for 2 years, almost as long as I've been here. I run into him all the time. Bank bar, that's pretty cool. Massage parlor. And you can always tell if they're not in the older in the traditional garb, then there's additional services offered. I'll put it like that. And then one of my favorite restaurants in all of Rawai. It's not open yet. Let's see, today is Sunday, so it should be open a little bit. Yeah, there's people in there. This is Boathouse Noodles is what that says. No, I can't read Thai yet. I just know it's for that. And it's a Muslim place. There's no pork, it's chicken and beef, just like this place. But oh man, I think the Muslim Thais do have better cooking, better dishes than the Buddhist Thais. I really do. So go vegan. You almost never see any Thai in the vegan places. Again, it's for the woke virtue signalers with hubris. Here, cracks me up. Tries eat something, some sort of animal protein with every single meal without exception. Even their papaya salad typically has one of their favorites is somtam plara. It's they're field crabs, little crabs that they ferment in salt water. They serve the whole thing, shell and all. It's quite an acquired taste. I liken it to, if you don't like really stinky, pungent French cheeses, if you just persist, the more you eat it, the more you love it. Kind of like that. That's what plata is. So, fermented, stinky ass fish. But it's good when you've acquired the taste. Right. One of the two laundromats I go to. If the other one's a little less because they just have an attendant and she just takes your money and does your stuff for you. Typically costs me 200 baht, and that's for the coin op and her service and everything, the detergent. She comes back folded and nice. This one they have they're a little bit fancy. They're always, but sometimes the attendant isn't there at that one, so then I come down here and it's a little bit more. It's more like 300 baht, so it's like $6 versus $9 roughly. And but this one is always available. If they're open, there's someone there to do your clothes, and it's 2 hours. You got everything done in 2 hours. You can take your clothes to a laundry lady, and they charge by the kilogram. And typically it's pretty cheap to get out of there for like 150 baht. But sometimes it takes 2 to 3 days because they've got so much business, right? So if I want it done, and just like, especially sheets, pull them on my bed, take them in, and 2 hours later I've got everything back. You know. That's that. I'll point out some of there's a Cannabis Shop, Greenhead. Probably on this street that we're gonna walk down, there's probably at least a dozen. Ever since they decriminalized and legalized or decriminalized, they took and listed it somewhere. So it's not, basically you can be fined for disturbing the peace, which kind of means smoking it in public if somebody complains about the smell. So it comes down to a matter of the social decorum, which is actually a fairly clever way to do it, to still to not completely condone it in terms of recreational use. And of course it's medical use only, and everything's like medical use only. Yeah. You're from the States, you know how that thing went. So I'm like, just it's like nobody can just deal with the fucking reality. The reality is, I want to fucking smoke dope. Fuck off. That should be the position, right? No. Oh, well, I need it for my back, or I can't sleep, or blah 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 blah. Fuck off. Tell the fucking truth. You want to get high? Okay, I have no problem with that. Right? Just tell the fucking truth. Be a pussy. The world is full of fucking pussies, simps and cucks. And don't get me started on the women. Alright. Another favorite place there, Vivi. Let me get around this strawberry truck here. Strawberries. Okay, so Vivi is a restaurant and a resort. I've actually filmed in there. Those who watch all the videos, I know there's a few of you that like it, but it's got a nice restaurant, really reasonable prices, really good. And you can go eat something or drink something at the bar that's back there. Then you can swim for free. I haven't done that in a while. I should maybe this afternoon after I get done with this walk here. Okay, it's a new Indian food. This is a new place. Indian food. Not many Indian places here. You go to Pattaya or Bangkok, the Indian restaurants outnumber all other restaurants combined, even Thai. I'm serious. There'll be 3 or 4 of them in a row on the street. It's unbelievable. And they can be annoying. Oh, you want to look? And even if you go and look at the menu, because they all have pictures, then they hover over you, which I hate. I'm like gone when they do that. Niki's, it's a lot of people like that. It's the older guy owns it, Thai wife, been here forever, does good breakfast. There's another marijuana place. Massage, tons of massage. Wine Connection, very popular, expensive. You know, this for me, there's no reason. If I want to pay, Phueng, this is new chicken coop here. Haven't gone in there. They all put up nice menus and stuff. So I'm gonna have to check this place out. It looks good. I like the styling. Look at that styling. Really nice. New. Da, 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 da. Wine Connection. And then here, Little Lyon. Petit Lyon, I should say. It's French. Haven't been in there either. Again, expensive. Right? No need. Lots of. There's a restaurant down here called Cheap Ass Thai. It's good. Now this is my favorite place. This is the place where steakhouse. They aren't open yet, but that's the one where I get the chicken steak and the pork steak and mashed potatoes, 2 sauces, and the mixed vegetables for 129 baht. It's like $4.50. Crazy. Just great, and it's fantastic. You wouldn't go there if it wasn't good. It doesn't matter if it's 10 baht, if it's not good food, but it's good food. It's a Thai restaurant that serves only Phueng corner. This is Wilson's. It's another one of those Wokester places. Woke, virtue signaling. A lot of Russians hang out here. They're annoying. Don't ever try to be nice to them. They'll act like you don't even exist. Assholes. Fucking assholes. Fuck Russians. And ironically enough, I'm kind of on their side in this conflict, but that's geopolitics and the inevitability of Russia, China, and India being the main players in this part of the world, because North America and South America are isolated. This part of the world does not need them for anything. Not one single thing does this part of the world, Asia and Europe, need the United States or South America or Canada for that matter. Not one fucking thing. And not even defense anymore, really. And this is what Americans will keep refusing to understand until they spend more trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars and are so broke dick that they can't see straight. Maybe they'll start to get it. Alright. Okay, now this, if you saw my post about starting a construction development company, this was kind of my, even though I've been thinking about it, this is kind of my inspiration. Let me get across the street here. And now we have a chance to do it. This is just a concrete pad, has electricity to all the kiosks, and there's this eating area here. And then there's individual shops behind it. This all went up in like 2 weeks. It was dirt, right? Now, of course, these things are, some of them aren't quite finished yet. But everyone has their own, and you can rent like, you can rent like 1 block or 2 blocks or 3 blocks or 4 blocks, whatever you want here, right? So it's all modular. Gas for cooking and electric for lights and any kind of kitchen machinery, kitchen stuff that you have. So these little, I don't know what these rent for. I would imagine in the neighborhood of like 5,000 baht a month. Should be like, you know, about almost 200 bucks. And then a common restroom. As you can see, stuff's still under construction here. But so my design, my idea is a little bit different. But the speed at which you get these up, Thais love these places. They love them. They're always, every night people go to the market. That's how they, so you can get food to take out, or you can get food to eat on premises. They're great. They're great. They're bread. Good place, good, decent place, decent breakfast, good bakery, but again, expensive. It's designed for people who don't give a shit about money, or they're tourists. And if you're a tourist, I get it. You know, you're here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. You don't want to leave with 1 baht. Now this is what used to be stone crab. So it's full on a Sunday afternoon because there's some game or some fight or something like that. But here's the thing, tomorrow morning it's at 6:30 in the morning, that'll be Monday morning 6:30 here, will be Super Bowl live. You can see they've got, I know Sam, the owner here, he's an Australian owner, great place. So you can see that is true sports bar. It's like 36 TVs. The chef is an English guy, and it's a pub, and it has the best pizza in all of Rawai because of the sauce. Homemade sauce every day, and it's a pizza sauce. So many Italians, basically they do, it's tomato sauce. Maybe with a little oregano, you know. But it's not like this pizza sauce is fucking to die for. I'm serious. Okay. Now, tomorrow I'm going to do a different walk. I'm going to do twice as long, but this one I'm going to cut down here. This is where I used to, guess he didn't like me being in the way. Too bad, fuck off. So, I used to live on this street. Now this place is one of the best burger joints, Green Tamarind. Really good, and it's Thai beef, but they use MSG in their mix for sure, and that's why it's so good. This place I've not been to, super expensive, but it's like a French steak wine place. I just don't go to the expensive places. I live here. Why? You know. Oh, I forgot to point out cheap ass Thai. It's good place for like 80 baht, 100 baht, which is under $3. You can get like some barbecue chicken and a pork soup. I mean, you're full, and it's delicious. Okay, just a couple 100 meters down from that expensive grill I just talked about. And here on the right is where I lived for 3 months. They're mini villas, and so it's called Coconut Grove. And each unit is its own separate fenced-in villa with its own little mini pool, right? Basically the size of an in-ground hot tub, except it's a pool. And it got to be too quiet for me, you know what I mean? So I came from a place that was just tourists in and out, and plus there were people, residents there, including like 6 lady boys next door who just, I mean, I was friendly with them, but at a point they just wore on me, like all the same bullshit all the time. So I came over here, and then it's like, oh, now it's too quiet, too isolated. So I moved back to the other place. In the meantime, the lady boys had moved out, and I would have stayed there. I love it, but COVID they had all this stuff in place, and tourists were coming, so the owner rightfully needed to jack up his rents to more than I was willing to pay, and which I don't begrudge or fault him for. You know, you get what you can get, right? And I just was fortunate to benefit at his expense, really, for the time during, you know, deep COVID, when it was pretty much only long-termers, and he was you know, really happy to have people that, you know, would pay month and month, so you get the place for less than half of what it would normally go for, you know, on a daily basis. You're renting it as a hotel resort, you know. Okay, more later. Closed Sunday pasta box. Never eaten at the restaurant, but I've ordered from Grab many times, and see, Grab food. That's the equivalent of Uber Eats. It's great service. I mean, it's like, because all the deliveries are by motorbike, rain or shine, and typically you're within 30 minutes of anything if you order like someplace within 5 kilometers of your home. And there's a million places right now. Here in this is about 300-400 meters down from that coconut grove that I just showed you, where I live. This is my favorite little mom and pop. This is in my drinking days, this was my preferred place, because then the money goes to them, not some big corporation, right? So the other, if failing that, is Super Cheap, which is open 24/7, and their chain, but it's local Phuket owned. So that I'll go for. Super Cheap is like a mini Costco. So they do stuff in bulk. They order that way. So it's kind of like Costco, where sometimes you have stuff and sometimes you doesn't. It depends on what the deals that they can get. But they have a lot of out. There's got to be like, I don't know, 6 of them just here in Rawai. You know, this is the best one, and I live right there. But they're open 24/7. And unlike the other stores that have, you can only sell alcohol from 11 in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it shuts down again until 5, and then from 5 to 11 p.m. or I think now it's midnight, right? They can't sell alcohol. Well, Super Cheap ignores that. You can buy alcohol 24/7 in those stores. All the big supermarket stuff, they all, and 7-Elevens and Family Mart, they all abide by the demoralizing. That said, you know what? I've come to realize that I'll take the conservatism and moralism, whatever, over the kind of decay and destruction that is going on all over the Western world, right? So conservative countries that care about their own values are where it's at for me. Yep, far superior in terms of conservatism and cultural values, their religious values, I mean, really more so than even I remember America from what I can remember in the late 60s, when I started becoming conscious of stuff, born in 61, and the 70s. More conservative here and more homogenous, I guess you could say. Kind of like, you can't really compare it because it's somewhat monocultural. Down here in the south there are Muslims because it's very close to Malaysia, which is majority Muslim. Thai is still, though, it's like 95% Buddhist, right? That's good. It's good. I like it when there isn't that conflict, you know? All of this, you know, freedom of whatever, believe whatever you want, but in terms, I really don't mind it. I like it that there's official religious holidays, right? It keeps everything conservative. It doesn't change much. That's the way I want it. Thank you very much. You take your decadence and enjoy it. Not for me. Not for me. Well, that looks to be like a Muay Thai gym, Thai boxing gym going on. They can put these structures up so fast. It's amazing. amazing. It's wonderful. And it's inexpensive, right? So, weeks. And you never need any aircon, you never need any heating. It's great. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Coming up close to the beach here before we turn left. German currywurst. It's German sausage with a curry sauce. It's very good. I had my first one here. It's very good. It's a nice German bratwurst of some sort and a curry sauce. Not spicy, but just that curry flavor. Really, really good. Really good. I didn't even know it was a thing until I came here. I'm like, German and curry? How does that work? But I guess they do it. It's the same in Japan. Japan has many curry houses. It's their own style of curry, but it's good. Now this place, La Baguette Magique, really good. Good French bakery, good breakfast. I really like it. I used to go here quite a bit. I live closer to it. Plus now I just do so much. I do almost everything at home. Almost everything. I mean, the last month, I got out one time, and that's for a pizza at Clubhouse with it. Like I told you already, the best pizza in Rawai. I mean, other places, they have the wood fires, they have better crust, better ingredients, maybe better cheese. Ah, there's Tony. I might have to stop and say hi to my friend Tony. That's Nikita's. One of 3 places he owns along the beach here. So there you see the beach. Now tomorrow I'll be twice as long at Rock. So I'm going to go up to Promtep and back down. So that's how it works. But I'm going to pause here for a bit. Okay, well, Tony's car was there, but he wasn't there. Anyway, so I'm back on the road. Freedom Bar. Old time place. They have live music a lot here. A lot of women just come to hear the music and dance and play pool and hang out. Good pickup joint. You know, as good as a pickup joint can be around here, but it was actually pretty decent during COVID because there were no tourists. This is fucking easy. Now they're looking for the guy who's gonna, you know, take them away for a weekend, 5-star resort and nice restaurants and drinks. Who can blame them? Who can blame them? You know, send them off with some nice shopping, designer clothes, maybe a Gucci or Louis Vuitton bag, and a few $100 in their pocket. Who's gonna complain, you know? And it's a mutually rewarding or beneficial thing. So I haven't been there in a long time. I kind of quit. One of the reasons I'm moving back to Pattaya, which looks like really cool. My friend Doug, who lives in Pattaya, has about like 3 cars. He drove one of them here, but he happens to have another one here in Phuket that his friend was a Mazda 2 that his friend has been using, but now his friend is finished with it and he wants it back in Pattaya. Well, I move into Pattaya, so now I have a place to put all of my shit except for my motorbike, which I can mail. I just drive it to the post office and give them an address, my phone number, and for about 3,500 baht, which is roughly $100, they ship it for me. I call it mailing my motorcycle. great service, and anywhere in Thailand. So almost all post offices participate, only the really small ones don't. So you can even get it out to pretty deep rural places. So this is Resort. This is the main drag into Rawai. This basically goes all the way to Phuket town, which is Old Town. That's old, where all the old colonial style architecture is. Very cool. This is a former 7-Eleven or Family Mart, but about half and half of the 7-Elevens are franchised, the other half are corporate. Well, guess what? Which ones went out of business during COVID? The franchises. Corporate has no problem. In fact, they're building like 2 or 3 new ones here in Rawai to make up for the loss of the franchises. Lotus Fresh is pretty cool. I get sometimes I get my meat there. Sorry. I get my meat there because it's a little bit more expensive, but it's really close. You just go pop down. I have one near my place. Just pop down, get beautiful pork loins or pork tenderloins often, and just can't do it. And you just can't beat it. Here's another super cheap. Right now, here across the street, it's a place called Laguna. Like I said, if you were in Pattaya or Bangkok, it would be open. It wouldn't be packed. There would be activity. But it hops at night. Then you see the red place behind it. I forget the name, but that's so the Laguna is open till like midnight, 1 o'clock, and then the other place takes over, and that goes to like 4 or 4:30. In spite of the fact that everything's supposed to be closed, but you know, certain payments get made and so on. So, but anyway, so that's like chief pickup place in town, and the place back behind is kind of it's you know a disco kind of thing, big you know, music and the big screen. And girls like to go there to dance. You know. So there's still a lot that I haven't been to, but you know, some of it, you know, I've heard about some, and I don't. It's like, I don't really need to go. So a lot of the times people, you know, refer something or whatever because, you know, they have a friend that owns it. Used to work out there at FX gym. Oh, it's so small. But they had a great rate. It was like 80 baht per day, which is like it's like $250 per day. No point in doing any kind of a membership. Big Monkey Tea is owned by a guy from US, Jeff. I'm not sure whether he's made it or not. It's closed right now, but that doesn't really mean anything. But every time I drove by, it really wasn't doing good. And you gotta have girls to do good in a bar here. Nobody's gonna go if you don't have girls. Hey, Madame, French guy owns that, married to a Thai girl. A lot of Frenchies go there. I used to go there before now, but now I know so many places and French folk. And I have neighbors that are French, and plus I don't drink, so I don't need to go to the bar to parler en français. So that's that. So here's a place where you got some sausages here being grilled. Got sausages there. Or nice chicken. Now that looks really good. Now you got it on the sticks, you got the legs, even fish right there. Yes. And that's what I love. One thing I love about this center, any time of the day, they're all over. You know, there's no fucking health inspectors and business licenses and stuff like in the so-called land of the free. You want to start something like that? You get some property and you fucking do it. You know, and that consequently they're all over. There's competition, so it's inexpensive. Like you get one of those pieces of big chicken legs for like 20 baht, right? So it's like less than $1. And if you get the little skewers of pork and chicken, they're like 5 baht each. And a bag of sticky rice is like 5 baht. So you can get like breakfast, 3 skewers of pork, 3 skewers of chicken, a bag of sticky rice for 35 baht. That's like $1 for breakfast, and it's a good breakfast. You know, protein, a little fat, a little starch. Perfect. Haven't been here. Charlie's Angels. I've heard about it. I've heard mixed. In fact, from Jeff, that American guy who crossed me, he's actually trying to help the guy do real Texas barbecue. And I don't know, that was a couple months ago I talked to him about it, so I don't know how that's going. I don't know. I'll be in Pattaya soon enough. There's a great barbecue place there. Oh man. So it's nothing I feel like I'm missing out on. So there's a ladyboy place in Rawai where there's lots of ladyboys. Right, that's on the beach road. And here's a place with boys. The boy club. The only 2 places in Rawai that are alternative lifestyle places, I guess you could say, to be polite. You say whatever you want, characterize them however you want. You know, what I've talked about this before with the ladyboy thing. It's part of culture here, you know. But notice that they don't say, "Well, I'm a woman," right? No, they're a ladyboy. They still acknowledge that they're male. But they dress and act like, even if they have surgery. You know, now of course they're probably gonna get diluted and corrupted too. But you know, that's, if you're gonna do it, it's fine. They acknowledge what you are biologically and say, no, but you know, I like to dress up like a girl. Okay, fine. Knock yourself out. Make you happy. So, and they're not political. That's the other thing. They all work in service sector of some sort. Whether it be like cashiers, beauty parlors, restaurants, bars, or sex work, you know, massage, stuff like that. It's all service work. They hold no positions of authority anywhere in society, so far as I can tell, or have ever heard or have ever seen. So they know their place. They know their place. Let me say that again. They know their place here. All right. barbecuing, chili peppers drying. Thai food. There's 1,000 little places like that just in Rawai alone. Hundreds of thousands throughout Thailand. You know, I was looking this up about convenience stores. So there's 7-Eleven right there. As bad as you think it is. So turns out that 7-Eleven and the other convenience chains, principally Family Mart, those are the two big ones. They comprise 18,000 stores in Thailand. It's 70 provinces. I think in landmass it's about 1.5 times the state of California, I believe. Population 70 million, about the same as the UK. So there's your perspective. So it has 12,000 corporate convenience stores. By corporate, I mean corporate or franchisee, you know, all under the same brand and trademark. 7-Eleven or Family Mart, right? So for a while I was thinking, wow, God, that's a lot. Then I said, I wonder how many mom and pops there still are. Because my feeling was, well, the reason I don't like them is they come into small towns, right? And all the dumb bunnies start rushing to 7-Eleven and put their friends and neighbors out of business. The mom and pops in town. I'm like, are you guys dumb? Right? Now, sure, they have a few things you can't get that mom and pops don't get, but it's not much, right? And the other thing is they're kind of one-stop, so you might have to go to 2 or 3 mom and pops to get what you want, and all, especially if you want like a coffee or a smoothie, stuff like that, right? So 7-Eleven, you get it all in one stop. So that's always a thing. But I said, well, how many mom and pops are there? Estimated 400,000. So a long way to go, and that's another reason why I want to jump into this construction development. Basically building mom and pop shops, right? Just like in that post. I'll link it. Right now we're coming up probably about a kilometer from home. A big loop. Another super cheap. This is the closest one to me. It's a decent one, not as nice as the one I was at before, you know, but and then right up here at the corner I turned left, but at the corner there's another pickup place in Rawai called Asia Bar, but it's like really a shadow of its former self pre-COVID, you know, just has not come back. And the quality of talent is severely lacking typically. So don't go in. Actually, I have a couple buddies in there, girls that is close to home. I just stop in afternoon and have a club soda, maybe splurge 150 baht for a drink for them once in a while, but I don't take it home. So anyway, down this road and back around. Coming up on one of the many, this is probably the most popular Muay Thai training center. This is also where they have a lot of matches. They have several rings. Policemen still wearing masks, you know, also in all the stores, all the corporate stores, you know, the 7-Elevens, the Family Marts, the Home Depots. It's called Home Pro. It's better than a Home Depot, better than a Lowe's. You'd be amazed. I was in it yesterday. Right. Cleaner, a lot more help. In fact, you have to shoo the help off. Right. Try to get help in a Home Depot. My God. So, but everybody still is in masks. You know, it's like I'm not going to use the N-word, but it's like your hired slaves. They have to wear the masks. You've all seen the pictures and the videos, the hoi polloi and the hired help, you know, serving them in masks. You know, fucking disgusting. And typically it's usually Democrats involved because they're fucking evil. There are no exceptions. I always like to add that. There are no exceptions. Prove me wrong. All Democrats are evil. There are no exceptions. Prove me wrong. Well, you know, they may otherwise be some decent folk, you know, but the way they vote, they're evil. So woo, they've got a defense. They're too stupid, right? They don't really know what they're voting for is fucking evil. So they're stupid. Okay, I'm not evil. I'm just stupid. There's your defense. Right there. I gave it to you. All right. Just a bit more. Maybe 200 meters from home here. And here we are. That place was for sale. I think it was for sale for $2 million. Like 3-bedroom would have been like it's roughly $60,000. From the looks of it, outside in the yard, not a bad deal. It wasn't on the market for very long, so they must have had it priced right. Example of their kind of construction. That's all concrete and block. There's no fucking wood in it anywhere. Maybe a door, maybe some furniture. It lasts. It doesn't rot. You never have to worry about termites. And a house like that to build, probably $2 million, $60,000, not including the land, whatever that is costs. All right, now we're gonna see how much. Oh, come on. Okay, so 7 kilometers, 6.97. So the